Hello, and welcome to one more chapter with me, Kay and Alleena, and my cat Zelda. I guess she's a special guest every once in a while. Today we're going to be covering the March book haul and TBR. Right, I'm just going to warn you guys, I might not get to all of these because I'm in the middle of my last semester of college, which is another story for another video. But regardless, I don't really have time to read all the time. Every spare second that I get to myself, I am reading though. That said, there's not a lot of spare seconds to have, but that's okay. So first I want to talk about the book haul. One of my dear friends, Amanda, and I are book pen pals. So once a month we send each other a book or two, maybe three, that we think each other would like. This is because, one, we always love acquiring books. I mean, really. And two, maybe if we go to the bookstore ourselves, we wouldn't actually have the same sort of taste as they would. So here's a couple of the ones that she's gotten for me. The first one is The Night Circus, which is one that I've been wanting to read for a long time. This one, I guess the premise of it is all kinds of magic and things like that, and I haven't read much of it, honestly, because of time, school, and things like that. I really do want to read it. It's been like on the TBR list for quite a while, and I'm really excited to actually get a chance to read it. She got that one for me. And I also got another one called Summer and Bird. It looks pretty fantastic. There's birds everywhere. And I mean, if you can hear them in the background, you can tell that I love birds. I mean, I really do. I have a couple of my own. They just don't get to be in here with me while I'm filming because you would not hear my voice. I barely hear myself think. This is another one that she got me, and I'm excited to read it. So this is the book haul and probably TBR later on down the list. Another one that I wanted to mention that I got was the next Beautiful Creatures type novel, Dangerous Creatures. Alright? This I got at River's End last month. This follows Ridley as opposed to Lena. So I'm excited to read this one. I had only read the first Beautiful Creatures book, which is this one. And I do have the rest. If you can see them on my shelf over there. I don't know, but it's okay. I do have the rest of them. I kind of really want to get into the series, so I have a few short stories on the Kindle, and I have this one, and I'm excited to read these. The next one is a gift from my friend, who pulled it off her bookshelf and said, "You really need to read this one. It's called The Thinking Woman's Guide to Real Magic by Emily Croy Barker, and it's apparently like Hermione in the real world." Okay, yes, definitely. I have to read this book. This is TBR probably like now. Probably like I'm going to start reading it right now on camera. Now I'm going to read this one and get back to you and review this one because I hadn't ever heard of it before. I'm interested to see how it reads and the story behind it. I mean, it's a pretty decent sized book. I'm not sure I can actually fit it in my backpack with all the stuff I have to bring every day to school, but I'm going to try every spare second to read this one. I think this is next on the list. The next one I have is by Dunham, which is a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time because Lena Dunham is fabulous. She really is. If you haven't seen the show on HBO called Girls, you have to. She writes and directs that one. She's an amazing human being, and I love it, and this is her book of nonfiction. I did start to read it a little bit when I went out to lunch the other day. Again, I got this one at the River's End. It's pretty down to earth, pretty real for people at my age after college and graduating and doing all these crazy things, and it feels real. It feels very human to me, even though she's like super famous. It's a really good book. Definitely pick that one up. I can't wait to finish reading the rest of it. Also have The Orenda by Joseph Boyden. I'm a sucker for historical fiction. I write historical fiction. I'm also a Native American Studies minor in college, and I kind of wanted to read modern fiction. So, I mean, because we've read some modern fiction in one of the literature classes I've taken, but not this one, and I'm really interested to see how it is. I don't think it's written by a native author, but I did not look that one up. The premise of this one is that the alliances have been kind of shaky. It involves a Jesuit missionary and all kinds of chaos, and I'm really interested to read this one. This is TBR as well as a book haul. I also picked up one of the newer releases from River's End called The Nightingale by Kristin, and again, this one is historical fiction. Again, sucker for this. I sent this one to one of my friends because it's a World War II novel. That's the setting. And the stories are always the best. This other friend, Nichelle, writes historical fiction based in that era, sometimes, mostly. I felt like because of the premise of the story, where it's set in World War II France, and there's all this love story going on and trying to, like, deal with war, that she would love it, that I would love it, and it was worth it to buy it in hardcover. So yeah, there's that one. The most exciting ones of all is the fact that one of my favorite authors, Matt Tomerlin, has brand new covers on his books. Okay, so the Devil's Fire trilogy, again, is historical fiction, but it's pirates. Pirates are great. Really, I mean, do you see this bookshelf? Do you see it? There's a ship in a bottle on the shelf. A sign that says the crab is in. It's very nautical in here. Pirates are the greatest thing. The whole novel that I'm writing is about pirates. So whenever I find other people writing modern fiction about pirates, it's fantastic. So here's this one. And here's the other covers. And I've read actually on Kindle most of them. I'm working on the third one before I actually start reviewing. So this is TBR. I gotta finish this one. I read this one between classes on my Kindle and everything. I said every spare second is devoted to reading. Doesn't mean I get a lot read, but yeah, so I'm in the middle of reading this one. I'm probably about 3/4 of the way done. It's great. I absolutely love his writing, these books, his characters. He's an indie author, so it's published only through Amazon. I don't think I can pick it up at River's End, but I can double check, and I'll leave a link for you guys in the description, as with any of the other books, so that you guys can check them out. And with that said, these are the books that I've got for you this week. I'll talk about some more next week, so definitely hit the subscribe button if you want to hear more of my rambling, if you want to see more of the books that I've got, stashed all over my room. And thank you again for watching.